Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So this is called CoreSec Software Solutions. So primarily we do provide elite like coding classes for kids, and then we do trainings for colleges, and then we do upskilling trainings for professional working people. So anything that comes under training for upskilling, we have been doing this from past 3.5 years or so. Okay, so this is me. So this is how I am, and see, I have like 20 years experience, and I work for companies like Microsoft, Nokia, and Opera, and I also like work for 9 years in US. So all my experience with Microsoft, Nokia, and all in the work for in the US. So with my background, basically, I thought of starting a company where primarily focusing on providing the right kind of training solutions, because the experience that I gained being an industry professional, I know pretty much like how it will be in the industry and what kind of skills is required, as part of company's standards. So you can connect me on LinkedIn as well. So you can just search on my name with Venkat Reddy or CoreSec. You'll find me on LinkedIn. You can just connect it, and maybe it's a good networking. So next. So I'll give Harpreet. Maybe you can start introducing yourself.
Okay, so hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, Harpreet.
Yep. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So, yep. Thank you. So, yeah, myself, Harpreet Singh, and around 9+ years of industrial experience with a complete UI development. Okay, so I've been into UI development, backend, and some mobile development also. Okay, as a hybrid developers. So like in the span of 9 years, like I touched most of the web technologies and mobile technologies, and also like server side Node.js, Python, and all. Okay, so today I'll be going to go ahead. Let me share the presentation. Oh, Venkat, you can stop. So guys, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Software developer path, right?
Yes.
Okay, sure. So today, everyone, like we are going to see what is the importance of to become a web developer. Okay, so whenever you start with a career as a web developer, so what are the things you need to take care, and why do we need to go ahead with the web developer only? Why not other paths also? Okay, so we're going to look into it more details. What are the insights? What are the market demands right now? We have it, and like. Like, what are the chances of like you become a successful and you're earning really a good amount or good salary once you become a web developer? Okay, so let's start with it. So as we already know, like uh, some of the basics like software developer path, normally we heard of this like a backend developers, front-end developers, full stack developers, right? So when we say backend developers, front-end developers, so this is a one cycle of like building of your complete project. Okay, whether it's a website, whether it's a apps, whether it's a one software. So you need to build a backend for this, which actually manages your application logic and how it will basically uh, store the data on a server side, and how to retrieve and send it to do the processing and send to the front end. Okay, so whatever we see on a website, let's say facebook.com, we open. Okay, so whatever the post we are saying, the posts are being already stored somewhere in backend on the databases and all, right? So the front end is basically to present that information. So front end mainly concentrates on like how do you present the data. Okay, so these kind of informations we normally see. Okay, so in case okay, so in case of the full stack developer, so these kind of persons are normally work on both, either in a backend, either in front end. So they can work on both the end-to-end product. So they can think it on the complete end-to-end product designs, and like they can contribute on front end, they can contribute on back end, they can even architect the complete solution. So this full stack is like mostly in demand skills nowadays. Okay, and so let's see like what are the things we need to take care. Okay, so while the full stack development chart, if we consider, okay, let me take this one. Yeah. Okay, you're still able to see my screen size, everyone?
Yes, Harpreet.
Okay, sure. So these are the normal full stack developer skills. Okay, when we say full stack developer skills, so these are the basics of front end. So if you see front end, back end, then databases, this need to be like completely, if somebody like, so you don't need to be master on all of them. At least you have a touch on all the technologies, or you at least you have worked on one time. Okay, so you are able to get it the understanding of it. Okay, so either you are front end, or like it's like front end come back end come front end. These kind of like full stack developers nowadays are there. Okay, so when you start with the front end, you should start with the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, because these are the three building blocks of building any website or any web apps nowadays. If you see whether it's a Google or Facebook or Instagram or any kind of site, top sites you're visiting it. Okay, so all these frameworks like a React, Vue, Angular. So these are the three top frameworks nowadays. Okay, Webpack is one of the build tool which is being used across all these three. Okay, so these all three are actually based on HTML, CSS, JavaScript only. Okay, so the basic building block for complete web development is HTML, CSS, JavaScript. If you understand all these three, you won't face any major issue to understand with the React, Vue, and Angular. Okay, so for the styling point of view, so Bootstrap, Material UI. Okay, so these are the some of the libraries on CSS side. Okay, so these are the, you can say HTML plus JavaScript. This one is like basically on mainly on CSS stuff. Okay, so whenever you start with any website, okay, so basically you need to create a basic structure. Then basic structure is being created in a HTML. When you start with the CSS, basically you're putting a style on that, okay, which looks little bit um, like colorful or presentable kind of things. But if you want to make it behavioral, let's say taking input values, submitting it, showing the values in a table. So this is a behavioral change, right? Clicking some buttons. So these are the behavioral changes. So that part is being taken care by the JavaScript. Okay. So next move to the backend. So in the backend, some of you already are in the participants, like some of you already working with .NET. Okay, some other backend languages also. So these are the Node.js like here. If you see carefully, the Node.js internally uses JavaScript only. Okay, so Node.js is based on JavaScript. In frontend also we're using JavaScript. Okay, in a database, if you see the MongoDB is based on JavaScript. Okay, so basically, why do I'm stressing out you guys to look into the JavaScript, HTML, CSS? Why is it so? Because if you get a chance to learn those technologies, okay, so if you like learn this particular technology, you are open to your gates got open for the backend database and all. Okay, it's something like you are getting a chance to get into the different parts also, and at the end you are able to become a full stack developer skills. We're going to see like how it's in effective in market and all. Okay, so these are the some of the technologies like different like a PHP, Node.js, Ruby on Rails, Python, Java, ASP.NET. Okay, so normally the college students understand the what is Java and ASP.NET. Let's at least they have heard of this word. Python is also like one of the language basically nowadays very popular. Okay, so in database, basically database like you have three type of divisions. Either is a relational database, NoSQL database, whereas there is no relation between the tables. Okay, and the messaging queue. Messaging queues are just to like if you put a data, so just a stack and queues. If you guys understand, okay, so the queue data structure, if you understand that, they work on that principle actually. So you just insert data from one end, from another end, they are being consumed. Okay, so these are the different databases concepts. So you can mix it anyhow. So let's say MongoDB can be mixed with a Kafka. Okay, RabbitMQ. Same way, MySQL can be mixed with Kafka and RabbitMQ. So nowadays, like everybody's using a microservice kind of architecture. So why the microservice? Because you get a chance to have a explore more on different. You can utilize the benefits of different technologies. So let's say Python is good in maybe in something, Node.js is good in handling the large number of requests. If you have in CPU intensive tasks, then go with the Python and Java. Okay, so you can implement your part of your application, some part in Node.js, some part in Python, some part in Java. Okay, so you can take a benefit of all the languages. Also, your system is become too much robust, all of them. Okay, so these Kafka and messaging queue, if I give you the example, basically you're sending emails to all the customers, right? Some marketing emails or something. So in that case, you can just pass to the Kafka. Kafka consumers are responsible to send those emails to individual persons. Okay, so these kind of tasks can be given to the messaging queue. Okay, okay. So let's move ahead. What is the demand nowadays? Like if you see this is the picture I've taken from the Stack Overflow. Okay, this picture I've just taken it from basically Stack Overflow site where they are presenting it. What is the percentage of like developers like to use or mostly use this programming language nowadays? So if you see the JavaScript HTML CSS like 67% and 63%, then SQL, Python, Java. So this is a sequence like what is the demand trend nowadays. These demands are always like changing every year. Sometimes like Java comes on top, sometimes Python comes on top. But from the consistent last 2-3 years, if you see, JavaScript HTMLs are like placing the place either in a first, second, or maybe third, fourth, max to max. So this is actually will give you the more and more chance to to have it more jobs and like to have the more market coverage, I would say. Okay, so the coverage of your market is really good if you go ahead with this approach. Okay, so yep. So these are the different frameworks normally nowadays. Many of them have heard of these words: React.js, Vue.js, Express. Okay, so these top three, if you see, the Express is a Node.js framework. Okay, if you want to write an API on a backend side, so you can use Express for this. So see the percentage of uses, like how these percentage being these frameworks are getting used. Django, Spring is like Java one. Django is like Django Flask. These are the Python one. So these are the top technologies. If you target and you get into the market, there's no chance you won't get selected on anything. You always get a anywhere you will get a job very easily, and you will able to just after getting an experience, let's say 1 or 2 years or 3 years or something, you are able to get it some very better amount, even in India, even in the US. Okay, so see this. This is a state of JS. There is one site, state of JS. Every year they conduct a survey on a different languages and different uh, frameworks. Like what are the words basically popular? They target on that part actually. Okay, so React, Angular, Ember, Vue. These are the I just targeted from the JS point of view, and this site is basically for JS point of view only. Okay, whether it's a testing library, whether it's a build tool, whether it's a um, HTML, CSS only, basic only. Okay, so these are the different frameworks nowadays really popular. Okay, so if you see the React.js from 2016 to 2020, I've just taken the 2020 record only. Okay, so they will just cover it up for last 5 years record. So see how this percentage being changed. Okay, so similarly, Angular, Vue, Servlet, React also. Pre-React is nothing but the light version of React. Okay, they come up with a different some changes in library by which some methods are not available in React. Okay, okay. So you see the trend, right? How this like low everybody is like liking the satisfaction, interest, usage, awareness, like how it is like on that basis, different parameters they conduct surveys. Okay, so everybody just all the developers in India, in all over the world, they are actually putting this particular stats on the basis of that they calculating this. Okay. Okay, so these are the basically jobs point of view graph. If you see the red one is basically a React.js. Okay, the blue one is Vue.js, and that yellow one, yellow one is like Angular. So see this graph how it is changes. So I can just show you. So this is a Google trend. Okay, everybody can see the trend of any particular site or anywhere words you can put it. Like if you want to just see the Vue versus React, that's much only. So you can change that trend. So this is trends.google.com. You guys can visit and see this. Okay, so if you see this, like how this data is being changed over the years. Okay, so see from the June 7 2020 last year, we are so that is a pandemic year. Still like demand, see the demand, how this demand is being continuing with it. Okay, so sometimes the demand up and down, up and down, up and down. But if you compare all the three frameworks, React is always being on top maximum times. Vue.js is like basically built by the one of the Chinese developer. Okay, so which actually mixes up the React, some concept of React, some concept of Angular, but still like React is keeping the pace on top. Okay, anybody has any question till now to or any comment to say? Okay, sure. Let me continue further. Okay. So you guys not able to see me. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's continue further. You have. Mhm. Yep. So this is now the main part. Everybody's targets on salary, right? So everybody's working for salary and the satisfaction. Like as a developer, if you want to feel it proud to build its any website on like displaying the large amount of data. So so these are the some of the numbers from in dollars. Basically, this data is for all over the world. Okay, so just the top countries we are targeting it. Okay, so so this is like a source from the payscale and talent.com. Okay, so they have like shown like how this particularly net salary normally varies in different countries. So India also, like if you target it is around, you can start with a normal 3 to 5 lakhs is a normal number for starting with the React JS developer if you started as a fresher. Okay, you had learned as a course, and after if you get entry into the industry as a fresher, so in that case you will get a chance to uh, entered as a like the salary may range depend on the which industry you're going, whether you're going for a MNC, whether you're going for startup or mid-scale kind of companies. So it varies. So it depends on 3 to 5 lakhs median average salary. I'm saying it. It can go 7 to 8 lakhs also. Okay. So this is the screenshot of like I've taken up from the again for we will see this link. Okay, the state of JS series I've already added this link. Okay, so the for 2019 record like React.js is being used most used technology this year. Okay, these many users have like voted for the React, and the runner up are like Express and Redux. So Redux is also being used with the React only. Okay, and also it can be used for the Angular JS also. But basically for the state management, React Redux is like mostly used combination word you heard of it. Okay, so this is mostly like demanded how this React is shows like largest like how it going ahead with it. Okay, so these are the different companies. So yeah, these are the different companies. Okay, so where like Adobe, Apple, Microsoft, even Apple, I have supported some of the guys. So basically, like they are created a some design system with React.js only. Okay, I've seen their code and everything. Like if you see the consistency of the Apple sites, so basically how they style the look and feel. So if you see all of the Apple site, any Apple's whether you're purchasing the products or whether you're taking the services, whether you use their feedback, their notes, and everything, the simplicity of like how they are using it. Okay, so this all consistent is they have made a design system basically in React.js, so that can be used across their Apple products. Okay, so others are like Adobe, Microsoft, Amazon. So most of the top companies that use their today life also. Okay, the BBC, which is a news channel, Walmart, okay, Twitter, Tesla, Salesforce, Netflix, sorry, Netflix, Airbnb, Dropbox, Slack, Reddit, New York Times, and lastly, PayPal is like one of the uh, payment channel for like making the payment to across the world, right? So so these are the different companies that are using or that are already adopted. Even most of the companies, what they are doing it. So whatever they are old using the old stack, either it's in jQuery or even have you heard of this? Maybe Angular JS is one of the oldest library. Okay, in Angular 1 point something, they have now changed the completely in Angular 2. The structure is being completely changed. It's not something you can upgrade that library to Angular 2 or something. Okay, so the company has decided to move ahead with the React.js, that Angular project also. So the percentage of the market coverage, if you see, and how these companies are changing. So most of the companies are revamping their products into the React.js. So demand is really high nowadays in React.js. So if you just learn this particular technology, you will get a job very quickly. Like immediately you will get a calls and everything. Just to showcase yourself very better way with the skills that you need to present yourself. Basically means like you need to create a project. You should have a able to crack those interviews. Okay, then you will get a job very immediately. Okay, so these are some of the React.js benefits. Okay, so why to go ahead with React.js? So the ecosystem tool which you use it. Okay, I've just shown you these. These are the normally React ecosystem tools we are using it with the React while creating a React application. Okay, so creating a React website. So this Babel, Node, NPM. To get into the more details, I'm just giving you the overview, like what are the different tools you've been using it. So the editor mainly we use VS Code editor. Okay, why is it so? Because it comes with some prettier and some plugin support has been given by the VS Code that is really helpful when you building with this React websites. In not only React, even the Angular, Vue, everybody is using this normally prettier ESLint. Okay, so this is like a webpack icon. Okay, which is a build tool to build your React website into the minified version. Okay, this is a Redux for the state management of the React. Why do we need those? You need to join the course, please, to understand those all stuffs. Okay. ES6 basically to use the latest syntax or latest JavaScript version codes, which is not supported by the browser yet. So you can still use it ES6. So the Babel is like responsible because browser doesn't understand the latest code, right? Latest syntax and all. So in that case, Babel is responsible to convert your ES6 code. Node and NPM is like basically the tool or like a platform where you can build the code. So this is like a compilation tool or platform which is required, okay, to get to show that. Okay, so these are the like some of the benefits. So we have seen what are the React.js ecosystem tools. Okay, we can build website, mobile apps, server-side rendering apps, okay, even desktop apps. So once you run the React.js, you have been open to these many platforms. So let's say somebody comes with a requirement. So let's say freelancers. So okay, freelancers are getting a requirement. They need to present their somebody come with a website a requirement like they want to have a presence across website, mobiles, or let's say desktop app or server side rendering using those Node.js and like with the Node.js and React.js combination, you can render some part of the React.js code on the server side. Okay, so if you learn this particular React.js, you're open to have a channel of like these many platforms. Okay, these many areas you can go ahead and build something, right? So basically, website, mobile apps are the two thing for very two important parts. So you just need to write code in React Native. Okay, that can be run across Android, iOS, Windows. Okay, so different platform you can run it. So why I'm forcing you to run or maybe giving you the more idea to go ahead with React.js is because of this point, because you are getting a chance to implement your site in a like for the website for the web browsers. Okay, mobile apps, and then desktop apps also using it. There is one Electron framework by which you can use it, and within the Electron you can write a React.js code and you can build the desktop apps also. So it's really good, right? Okay. So it ensures a fast rendering also. So basically, when you implement a React.js site, if you compare with a React, Angular, and Vue, because React.js is just a library, just concentrated on like how do you fast render a DOM, okay, how to optimize the DOM. So they are concentrated on that part. So that's why the React is really performant as compared to other Angular and Vue those frameworks. It's a SEO friendly. Okay, why when we say SEO friendly, basically, so you need to overwrite your meta tags, titles of your HTML page. So once you understand what is the importance of head tags on those meta tags, then you will understand what is the use of SEO. So SEO is really important if you want to market this particular site in Google, so that Google can capture this particular data and they will show it in a Google search results. So somebody search for your site. So it's actually helpful in that part. Okay, it is focused and easy to learn. Okay, now, so most of the, let's say if you see the difference between React and Angular, Angular is completely framework. Okay, so whatever they have given, you have to use it that part only. Okay, but React.js is actually completely open. You can use any library with the React.js. Okay, and you can just build anything you want. You are open to go ahead with any way, but only the drawback is here is like you need to be control yourself because your project can grow in any direction. You need to control, you need to set a boundary for this actually. Okay, so it's a focus and easy to learn because once you learn the basic concepts of React.js, you can quickly go ahead with a website, mobile app, service app, or even a desktop apps. You can go ahead with it. So once you learn some of the basic concepts, you're open to different channels, uh, different presentation things. Okay, so different areas or different gates get opened for you guys. Okay, it is backed by strong community. If you see the community count, or let's say even the GitHub stars, actually basic to know whether the library is really popular or not is by seeing the GitHub stars. So this React.js is like we will see in the coming slide for it, like how much it is. It is used by both Fortune 500 companies and innovative startups. Now, nowadays, like whatever the startups are coming, they already know like what is a really stabilized library or like we should go for it. So they always normally choose to go ahead with React.js. The percentage of like using the React.js for any new project is very, very high. Okay. So these are the React.js ecosystem. Okay. So let me cover one part. Okay. So guys, I'll be presenting you one thing here. So how do we normally use? So I built this Netflix particular site. Okay, this Netflix site. So I can show you guys. So this is a Netflix particular code. Okay, this is completely built with the React.js and the Create React app is like very basic code to start with anything. Okay, so if you just go to Google, you can see this Create React app. Okay, so you to start with a simple React.js project, you just need to execute these three commands, then just run npm start. Okay, so consider this. I've already done. I've already built some code because when you do this Create React app, okay, you will get some hello world kind of page only. Okay, so you need to build all this there. So once we start with our courses, so we are going to build this Netflix clone only. Okay, so the complete clone of this project, we will start with it. Okay, so if you just see the packages and what are the packages we normally use it. So we are already using React, once again, React script. This is nothing but a library coming with a Create React app only. So all the build to CSLint, Babel, everything is being mixed within that only. Apart from this, React DOM, React Outer DOM for the routing purpose within the pages. And with CSS, we are using style component. Now, what are they? For this, you need to join the courses to understand all this concept in deep. Okay, so rest is one second. Yeah, start. So I'll be starting with this same project. Okay, so let me stop this one. Let me do npm start. So the same way the command which I told you, once you're done with these two commands, the npm start will launch your project. Okay, so we're going to see how it is. Okay, so I've already logged in now. So see, this is a simple like HTML simple React.js site we have created. Okay, so don't look for the content because we are just copy pasted from the Netflix now just for it. Okay, so if you just click on that, you will get a detail. So simple video is being played. Video is like hard coded now. Right now we are not put it. Otherwise, this is just a data entry part. No worries on that. Okay, so yeah. So this is simple presentation like how the site looks. Okay. So even if you see if you want to debug this React application, so you can use a React developer tool. If you go to the components, okay. So these are this nothing but a React developer tool extension of the Chrome. You can install it and you can inspect your React application, any React application. Okay. Okay, so this is all about how this React looks and how this, what is the demand of React? Why should we go ahead with it? Okay, so now the important part comes here. So we need to see like what are the courses we have already. Okay, and all these courses like comes with a live project. So right now we have shown you the Netflix. We have the other options also, but we will take it all of the famous like uh, like a famous sites only. Okay, so don't consider like we take it just small kind of applications only. Okay, so we have the student. So for the students and for the working professions, we had divided the courses in a two parts. if somebody is like starting really fresh who doesn't know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, I would consider this person as a like student only. Okay, don't consider like if you're already working with the backend with a .NET or maybe some Python or Java, anything. So still you're a student for the content part. Okay, because you have not learned this HTML, CSS, JavaScript part, then it's really difficult to understand the basics of React.js, or maybe you won't be able to debug the application. You won't be able to solve the errors and you would get in your application, let's say. Okay. So these are the different levels. Okay. So level 0, 1 is considered to be a plain HTML, CSS, JavaScript, very basic stuff. Okay. Within that, you will be going to see how we can build without any framework, without any library, how we are going to build our site. Okay. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript is for that. Okay. So these are the 3 basic pillars of your any website, whether you go for Angular, whether you go for Vue, whether you go for React.js, Servlet, any kind of library or framework, you go for it. So you need to learn these 3 first. Okay. After this, once you clear the level 1, okay, then you can go ahead with level 0, 2, where you can learn the basic of React.js. But because for the student part, they are already fresher. Okay. So they just need to have an entry into this industry, the IT industry. In that case, the basic of React.js is quite enough for them to create some basic application of it. Okay. For the job-oriented kind of persons or already working with some backend technologies, or maybe you already learn some other language and you want to like mix it up to increase your capabilities or like market coverage. Okay, so you can go for like level 3, where the level 2 is like I'm understanding like so level 2 plus advanced React. So we are covering the basic of React.js here also. Okay, in the level 3 plus advanced React.js. So the advanced React.js, we are going to see what are the patterns, what are different uh, like different other advanced libraries. You can mix it up with the React.js. Okay, even SSR rendering, these are comes into the advanced concepts. Okay, lastly, the full stack course. Okay, this full stack course is basically a one full stack. If you see the full form of it, it's a M for MongoDB, E for Express, which is the Node.js framework. Okay, R for React.js, N for Node.js. Okay, sorry, yeah, and for Node.js. So these are the complete one stack. You need to have a master on it. Once you achieve this particular level, you're open to work on either in a backend, front end, or even complete end-to-end complete project. You can deliver it. Okay. So, guys, any question? Please ask. Let me see the chat if somebody posted over there. Okay, React is used for basically to building the front end part. It's a library of it's a library. You can say library. Angular is one of the framework. Okay, so if you Akshay Patil, right? So Akshay, if you understand Java or those kind of ways, so for the Java point of view, Spring is the framework, right? So it's the same way for the HTML, CSS, JavaScript. React is one of the one of the library. Angular is a framework. So if you understand the concept, have you heard of this MVC, model view controller, right? So the V part that we view is nothing but your React.js only. Okay, does it answer your question, Akshay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.